Alright, so we got this Breville tea maker. It's a really cool kettle, and it comes with this little basket here where you could put loose leaf tea, and it will boil it right after the water boils. So it's a pretty handy thing to have if you like to do loose leaf. Looking at the box here, this is the BTM800XL model. 1500 watts, 51 ounces of water goes in there. It's actually, a little bit less water than I thought was going to go in there, but it is bigger than our previous kettle. And one awesome thing here is that you get to choose between different temperatures. Not just that, we'll go into the difference of options and everything like that later on. Let's take a look here. Stainless steel basket, auto start, 60 minutes keep warm option, the temperature that we spoke about briefly. Then we have the tea strength, which is kind of what goes into the temperature. It does have a little timer on there, and it shows how long it's been standing after it boiled. It does follow the accurate temperature here. It does follow along with the temperature. It shows starting like at 60 degrees or whatever and working its way up to 212. Originally, I thought that the kettle was out of glass. Turns out it's out of plastic. So, all right. Once we popped it open here, it does come with the kettle. The base comes with a couple books here, including the quick start, the manual, and the 1-year warranty. Also comes with a little teaspoon, and it came with a little packet they throw in there after you boil the water. It stands there for 5 minutes to clean out the kettle from the manufacturer's plastic, whatever is left in there. I was surprised to see that the power cord was longer than the tip that was sticking out. It does coil inside of here. So, there was like 6 inches that was sticking out. I thought that's its length. Luckily, it's like probably 3 feet of length in here, which is great. So let's go ahead and plug it in, and we'll take a look at how it works and how quick it heats up water. I like this little ring here Breville has. I had it on on the espresso machine and then on the kettle here. It's really nice. Alright, and here are our options. We have the auto start. We have keep warm. I don't know if you could see it with the glare or not, but there's the keep warm, the basket button. That's actually the button that helps the basket go down after the water is boiled, so that the tea could start fusing. Then you get to choose either custom, where you do it yourself, or you could choose between green tea, black tea, white tea. And notice every time I'm switching between the teas, the temperature is changing right here. That's because every tea has its own perfect temperature to brew at, which I wasn't too aware of. And then we could do a custom of adjusting the temperature there. We get to set up the brew time. Goes up to 5 minutes, I believe. Oh no, goes up higher. 8.5 minutes for a slower brew. And then you get to choose how strong you want the loose leaf to infuse it in your tea. Or you could custom choose it right there. After you put the kettle on there and you select your preferred temperature, 212 or whatever it will be, you could go ahead and push the hot water button, and that will start boiling your water. And we'll go ahead. We'll take a quick look at the kettle, fill it up with water. We'll put some loose leaf tea in there, and we'll see where it goes from there. So here's the cap, takes off. Has a little grill there to protect any loose leaf from coming out. So this part right here, it's held on magnetically. So from this ring onto that bar, it's held on magnetically. And then it's really hard to just pull it off like that. You have to use the side ears right here. That's basically all there is to it. A little grill. When you're washing it, you just wash it like that. This little cover has holes in it to help with the infuse process. The kettle itself, I used it just maybe 5 times yesterday. The cleaning process required me to boil water 3 times in there, and then I made tea a couple of times, and it already has burn marks on the side there. Not too thrilled about that, but it's now not harmful in any way. So this part right here, you can't submerge it into water. One thing I do like about it is that the base right here, it does go in a bit deeper. It's not flat with this heating part right on the flat surface. It goes in. So if you're washing it and the water is running down right here, it's not going to leak in there. It's just going to go around and off. So we're going to fill it up to 1500 milliliter mark right there, which is basically 51 ounces. And for that, it's about 4 cups of tea that we'll get. For 4 cups of tea, I'm going to put 4 teaspoons, a little bit more than 4 teaspoons of loose leaf in here. Alright, an extra half in there for good count, for good measures. So this spoon was not wet, but it has like some kind of static to it that it pulled some loose leaf to it. To tell you the truth, I'm probably not going to use the plastic spoon anymore. It's pretty cool that they threw it in there, but I like my stainless steel ones. Go ahead and close this guy up. Fill this up with water. Alright, and once we got it filled with water, we'll go ahead and put this on. It does touch the base of the water. Submerges a little bit. Go ahead and put the cap on. Since this is black tea, I'm just going to choose the black tea option. So let's go ahead and choose black tea, which defaults to 212. Then we'll push we could change that to strong. And we'll go with hot water. One thing that I don't really like is you could see that the tea did get out a little bit already, the loose leaf. The small particles went through the grill there and got out. It doesn't bug me in any way. I didn't expect it to do that. The water's at 65 degrees right now, and we'll just keep an eye on it as it rises. So we are at 205 degrees right now. The tea basket still has not dropped down, but as you see, the color already took. And we just hit 212 degrees and it's done. And there goes the timer showing how long it's been standing. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to hold the basket button down for 2 seconds, and then we could see the basket dropping down. infuse the tea for, I don't know, about maybe 3 to 5 minutes, and we should be good to go. Alright, so we just hit the 5-minute mark there. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to bring the basket up. Let's see the texture here, texture and the color. The timer's still going there. Yeah, so that's about all there is to it. It's kind of already not something that you would usually do, but let's take a look and see what the loose leaf looks like. Tell you what it feels like, it feels really hot. We'll take a look inside of it really quick. I'm telling you, the steam is just burning my fingers. Alright, so it looks like all of it was soaked in water with some coffee makers that I experimented with. There was like in the filter, the water would drip in the middle, and then on the outside there would be whole coffee that didn't even get wet. So this is not the case here. In this situation, all of it was used up as it should have been. Keep warm, and the timer's still going there. See to the touch, that's pretty hot. The handle's basically cold. This part is barely warm. This part is cold, or not cold, but it's warm. Over here it's pretty cool. Over here it's pretty warm. The base is warm, but this part right here is hot to a touch. Taking a look at this little quick guide that they sent over with the kettle, and it does say that for black tea, the last category there, we're looking at about 212 degrees and 2 minutes of brew time. Over here it's saying for 1200 milliliters, there's 5. The one that I'm using is really strong. It's imported, really strong, so I wouldn't go for any more than 5. But we'll go ahead and give it a shot with the 4.5 that we gave it. It should be good. So just a couple things I wanted to add on about Breville. German company. I've had several of their appliances, kitchen appliances. I loved every single one of them. They're a really great company. This sort of thing where there's a infuser in there, is it needed? No, it's not needed, but it's nice to have. It is pretty nice to have. Can you just remove this little basket here and not put it in at all? Yeah, you could do that. And it would just be your ordinary kettle, little teapot, whatever you prefer to call it. But it'd be a fancy one. So, bottom line here, looks like I grabbed it with my fingers there. Forensic science. So yeah, all in all, it's a great tea kettle, tea maker. I like it. I would suggest it to anybody, recommend it. Alright, I hope you guys found this useful. If you liked it, thumbs up. If you didn't like it, let me know what you didn't like about it. Don't trash my channel with your thumbs down. Don't forget to subscribe. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Okay, so one thing that I wanted to clarify here. When you're making tea with the infuser in there, go ahead and push that tea button. What that will do is that it will bring it into the basket cycle. it will drop the basket in there itself, and it will brew the tea. And what it does, it's actually, I don't know if you could see it in there, but it keeps dipping the basket in and rising it up, and dipping it back in and bringing it back up. So it's infusing it. If you just want the hot water, go ahead and push hot water without the basket, or you could go ahead and push hot water if you want to do it manually. It will boil your water while the infuser is slightly in there. And then you could go ahead and drop the basket in. So you're basically doing it manually. If you want to cancel it, you double click on it. You could double click on that to cancel it also. But if you want the infuser to go up and down and infuse the tea that way, go ahead and push the tea button.